Hi everyone, a few weeks ago I done a refurb of this greenhouse, which is on another video, and I installed a fan just so it gets a bit of ventilation in here. Problem is, if I go up, that solar panel's a waste of time. It just doesn't seem to want to work, and if it does work it has to be extremely bright. So I'm going to go next door to my shed and see if this setup works. What I bought off Amazon was this timer switch, so when I'm at work or whatever I can have the fan on and off during the day. I was a bit confused how to connect it till I watched this very helpful Canadian lad's video, which I'll leave a link to, if he doesn't mind. I need to solder the positive there to the positive there. The other positive will then go on to the fan in the greenhouse, and the negative there, which I'll join on to the negative of the fan, so I'll probably be using 3-core cable. Right, I'll get that soldered on. I'll just try it. I'll set it for like a minute, just see if that old hairdryer motor here I'm testing on works or not. Right, I'm hoping this will work. I've got the positive there coming in, and that's got the loop there to the positive on that side. That red wire is the line of the switch going to the motor there. That earth is the neutral from the negative from the motor, so they're both joined together. Might have overcomplicated that, but I'll have a look in a bit. And that's on. Now in theory, I set it to go off. However, it's not. Might have programmed it wrong. Click clock, day, change it to Friday. Oh, I've got it working, but I can't get it to go off. I have to turn the camera off, I think, and just see how it's programmed. It took a bit of messing around, but I've managed to work the timer. So okay, so you press that button there, and we want it to come on in about 2 minutes. So 18, 17, and then you click that one to go off, and we'll change it to 18, 18. Right, so in a couple of minutes I'll film at the last 10 seconds before it comes on, and then film at the last 10 seconds before it comes off. But for some reason it did go off. I went inside just to see if it would, and it did, but it took longer than the actual time. Anyway, I'll come back in a sec. Right, we've got less than 10 seconds left. There's the countdown. Hopefully, yeah, it's fired up. I'll film just before 18:18. Right, 10 seconds left, so in theory it should go off, but I'm not too confident it will. Oh, yeah, it did work. Right, that's how to program it. I'm going to leave the link with that other YouTube, because I think he really helped me do this, so it's only fair you look at his as well. But yeah, please keep watching mine, because I've got a lot more to do. Right, I've just shortened the wires a little bit because I don't want it sticking out when it goes on. So I'm going to screw this to the greenhouse wall. I prepped it anyway to save taking off again. I put the wire out going to the motor, to the fan. So I'll put this on and I'll probably call it a night then. Hi, a couple of days later, due to being in work over the weekend, I've put the switch up here on the greenhouse. That's in the trunking. I now need to cut that. I'm trying to think what I'm doing. The one that's the earth wire needs to go to the negative towards the motor. That red wire there needs to go on the positive to the motor, so that's the line for the switch, and the blue and the brown need to go to the battery. So try not to cut it too short. Do that. What I've done, by the way, because that's a hollow gap, I fed the wire, the flex, right the way down there, coming out at the bottom there, and I'm going to put the battery underneath that. So I'll get these stripped and I'll get back to the camera. Okay, that's the wires now stripped. I'll show you how to solder it in a sec. I've got the negative and I've labelled that with blue to that one and some heat shrink. Really, I don't need to use this 3-core flex. It would have been alright with 2-core, but the reason I bought it was, if you watched from a previous video, I bought a photo cell sensor, so it'd come on when it's dark, gone off when it's light. So it would have needed the negative, the positive going in, and then the wire going off for the line, which would have gone to the motor, which I don't need now. I only need those two to the battery. I can't really do it with one hand, but all I need to do with my soldering gun there is heat that up, feed the solder on, and then when that's cooled down, I'm going to get the heat gun, just put the heat shrink on it. Okay, now that's soldered, just get the heat gun, just give it a light kind of blow dry over that until it's doesn't take much. Well, that should be enough. Okay, I'll do the other wires now. Right, that's the red done, so that's the line going to the switch, and the negative, not the switch, sorry, the fan motor, and that is the negative going to the switch. So positive, negative. Right, just connect the wires to the battery now. That's the wires now soldered together and putting that trunk in. I'm now going to sort the battery out. Right, a little bit of time later, I've changed my mind where I wanted the battery and decided to put it here, so I put a couple of brackets there, that just to hold it in place, but it's easy to get off and get on if I need it for something else or it needs charging. Just to neaten it up, done the conduit. So next job is cut this pretty about there, and where them crocodile clips, those clips there, get them soldered on, put a bit of heat shrink on, and then it's a case of programming it. A little bit later, I've got the positive crocodile clip and the negative onto the battery. Now I was sat here when I was soldering it thinking, why didn't I just put a transformer in the workshop bit like I've done with the lights? But the problem is, the pipe, it's full as it is with wires, I've got no space. Plus I don't want to be removing all that business, so a battery will do. Right, now press that button. Fingers crossed it should go on to know the switch works. And it is. Need to do something about that noise, but I can deal with that another time. Right. Turn it off. Okay. I'll set the timer. What we're doing. Program 1, that was from the other night. So we need it. I'll have it come on. Do a few. So let's go all the way through this again. It's about 30 times. I think you can have up to 30 programs. But I'll leave the link of that Canadian lad because I think his was a lot more the technical side of it. Right, program 1. Days. Right, so we'll have it going on. We'll have it from about 9 in the morning. I pressed it wrong. Right, set the first one for 9 in the morning. Days, the options, want it all week. Okay, program, and then I want it off. I'll have the first one, 9 till 9:30. Okay, and then the second one, I'll have, say, I'll do it every 2 hours, so I'll have that from 11. Right, I'm not going to keep filming each one. I'm going to set each couple of hours. It's a bit boring to watch me doing this. So, I'll set it every sort of couple of hours to come on. And I'll get back. Okay, it's basically done now. I put the trunking back on, just sealed the ends. And it's ready to go. I've got it set for, batteries there. I've got it set for, let me think, 9 till 9:30, 11 till 11:30, 1 till 1:30, 3 till 3:30, and 5 till 5:30. Now, before I call it a day and say bye, for another video I'm thinking of connecting the solar panel to it. So, when the battery's emptied, the solar panel will kick in, charge it, and then once it's charged, I can use it. That way, when I'm in work or whatever, it can just be left alone. It'll charge, use, charge, use. The only problem is I don't know which panel I need to get. I don't know how I'd connect it, and I would stop like the excess voltage going back into the battery, or into the solar panel. Show you around while I'm talking. That's it anyway. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.